What up, heroes? Listen, it's Rasta. If you need a mental reset, look, you in the right place right now. Get comfortable, grab you some wine, grab you something, you feel me, and just chill for a minute. I want to talk to you because I need to reset my dang self. So we're gonna do this together, right? We're gonna get us a mental reset together. Make sure I'm holding on my camera. Make sure it ain't cricket. You feel me? Is it a little cricket? Oh, I ain't live right now. But yeah, we see. Okay, let me see. Whatever. Look, I just turned 28 a few days ago. Feel me? March 16th, March 15th. I mess up on my own birthday, bro. That's crazy. March 15th, I just turned 28. And I really been reflecting on my life, right? I do it a lot anyway. I always reflect on my life. My wife watching this right now, she probably laughing like, bro, that's all you do. I reflect on my life a lot. But right now is really a deep reflection because I look at it over the last decade, right? So I'm gonna give y'all a quick recap of my story. Look, stay here, listen. It's pretty interesting, okay? Not to boost my own horn, but it's been a lot over these last 10 years, okay? So we're gonna say from 18 to 28, right? I'm 28 now. 18 years old, I went to the military, the Navy to be specific. I took the leap of faith. Thank God I did, right? I grew up in Detroit, right? I went to King High School once I graduated. If you heard rumors about Detroit, a lot of the stuff is true. Okay, a lot of that stuff is true. So it's safe to say that I could have got caught up in some crazy stuff had I not took that leap. So at 2018, I took that leap. Right, went to the military, signed up for a 5-year contract. Whew, I don't know how I was an 18-year-old kid committing my life 5 years or something. Man, I learned real quick once I got there how big of a commitment I made. But thank God I did, right? Praise God for that. I went there, got in the military. Amazing experience, y'all. Amazing 5 years. I'm talking about it molded me and shaped me and forced me to grow in ways I didn't want to. I wouldn't have probably did on my own, right? I wouldn't have probably did. And that's something else I want to talk about. Is like you're gonna need people to help you on this journey, bro. You're gonna need people to push you and irritate you. I'm going to that point. Introverts are very irritable and very to themselves and have low patience with people. But what I want to tell you is you need that. You need that. You need somebody to irritate you. You need somebody to push you because if ain't nobody doing it, you're just relying on your own self motivation. And don't get me wrong, introverts and me, I'm pretty good at motivating myself. But there's times where I get comfortable and I get repetitive, right? And I just kind of go at my own pace, right? It's how that ties back to the Navy. The Navy was a similar thing. Like I said, I was getting pushed and molded and was just forced to get outside my comfort zone, right? Literally, I literally went outside my comfort zone and I was constantly uncomfortable. And I just grew in a lot of ways. Like from 18 to 23 was probably the most, it was literally like a caterpillar going into the cocoon. That's what that was for me. You feel me? I was getting my butt whooped mentally and physically, if you want to count boot camp, right? And I was actually having success when I was in the military. Don't get me wrong. For somebody who wasn't, excuse me, y'all. This is crazy. I want to make sure it ain't too cricket. You feel me? All right, look straight. For somebody who wasn't, for somebody who was so like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, that was me, y'all. I 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You know what I'm saying? I'm only gonna be here for 5 years and I'm leaving. Like I didn't have the right mindset. Let's put it that way. For someone who didn't have the right mindset, I had a lot of success. I'm talking about number one sailor out of the whole department. I was winning sailor of the year awards. I was going to see the captain face to face. I had spent the whole day with the captain. I was sailor of the day, right? Number one EP, all that good stuff. And like I just was growing and molding, but it was by force. I felt like I was just getting pushed the whole time, right? Everybody said, you got a lot of potential. You got to do this, you got to do that. But I took it for granted. I'm going to be real with y'all. I took that time for granted. I didn't, it could have been way better, right? I got a lot out of it. Don't get me wrong. I always naturally had something in me that makes me squeeze the most out of opportunities, but it just, I didn't do, I could have did better, but you learn, right? I learned from that. I took it for granted. Granted, I got out the military and I feel like I rushed out. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I got out to follow my dreams, and I know that's a beautiful thing to say, but I rushed out, right? Being bold, this is what I learned in the last decade. Being bold is a great thing, but you gotta have strategy attached with that boldness, bro. You can't just be reckless, right? The more I study successful people, they had strategy. They not just going out here shooting. Nah, 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 nah. You feel me? Like we think that's what that mean. Like chase your dream, just go, skip everything else, and just be bold. And that's what I did, y'all. I got out. I had like $10,000. That ain't going out into the real world. I realized $10,000 ain't really a lot of money. That's how much cash I had. Okay. I also had a lot of credit cards that was at zero, but I had a lot of available credit. I had access to a lot of money. Okay, put it that way. Got into real estate, got my real estate license. You feel me? My rich uncle, we teamed up. I went back to my hometown in Michigan, Detroit, became a real estate agent. Again, I was 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I wasn't fully committed. I was working at Amazon on the side. I was working a security job. I was doing all this stuff. So I was touching a whole lot of things, y'all, over the last 10 years, figuring myself out, right? And I was still dabbling in the music, right? I've been a music artist since I was officially, it's like 21, but I mean, I've been rapping since like 14, 15, right? So dabbling in the music. And I was with my girl, my wife now, but she was my girlfriend right before I got out in the military at 23. So I was 1 foot in, 1 foot out of that relationship. You know what I mean? Like going back and forth with it all the time. My wife was just solid, sitting there, just patient with me. Like, all right, bro, whatever spiritual warfare, eternal warfare you got going on, I'm just gonna patiently wait till you figure it out. And that's what I've been doing, y'all. Right. So fast forward, I got out the military at 23. I'm a real estate agent, right? 3 years later, gave up that. Then what? I was married for about a year now, a year at this point. About 25, 26 is when I decided I wasn't doing real estate no more. I'm getting back into music, right? So I'm doing music, but I'm also touching this, I'm touching that. Just know I was all over the place. I'm all over the place right now, but that's how my life has been over the last decade. It's been all over the place. I haven't really been focused. But, right, that's not necessarily a bad thing because I've learned so much over 10 years that I don't think the average person learned. Like I learned so many lessons over the last 10 years, bro. It's like I feel like I'm a 50-year-old man. I'm just being real, bro. I've been to the military, college. I've been dibbling dabbling into college, right? I got my associate's degree in the midst of all of this, right? I'm in school right now. So I was touching a lot of stuff, right? Experimenting. I call myself I've been a scientist over the last 10 years. You feel me? Like Albert Einstein, not Albert Einstein, Thomas Edison, right? Made 1,000 failures before he hit the light bulb. I feel like that's been me. But this the thing though. This is the thing that the point I want to get to. I think I already made the light bulb. Let that marinate. I already made the light bulb a few inventions ago, but I kept inventing. Y'all with me? Look. It's good to experiment and explore, but it gets to a point to where, bruh, your light bulb is already right there. You need to go, instead of still inventing, you need to go sell the damn light bulb. You feel me? So that's what I realized, right? And what is my light bulb? Speaking, writing, things that I'm naturally good at. I love writing music. Oh, when I was in real estate, I loved creating videos. Oh, I started selling cars since I moved out here to Florida. Last year, me and my wife moved down here, my wife and my daughter, and we got a son on the way. But I moved down here to Florida. I started selling cars. I did that for like 3 or 4 months, right? And I was like, I hate hard selling, bro. Like listen, I respect sales is the most deadliest weapon in the world. Communication, that's why in the Bible it say the tongue is the sharp, like they talk about how the tongue is the most the power of life and death in the tongue. Bro, communication is the most powerful weapon in the world. It's the deadliest thing in the world, bro. I've seen people literally, and this is not me bashing sales because it's an art, it's a skill, and it can be used for good or it can be used for bad. I've seen people manipulate people into buying stuff. I've seen people manipulate people into buying stuff that was good for them, right? Like, I've seen people literally have to manipulate someone to do something that was good for them. That's what sales is on the right side. On the wrong side, you manipulate people to do stuff. You might be ripping people off and things of that nature. So I never did that. But I didn't like having to manipulate people. I'm sorry. I don't like having to, like, if you're watching this video right now, I'm not manipulating you right now. You're just watching it because you attracted to it and you enjoying it. I'm not selling you. I'm not trying to tell you how to I mean, I am selling, right? You got selling, and then you got just direct cold calling. I'm talking about I done made thousands of cold calls at this point. I done knocked on hundreds of doors, got doors signed in my face, got hung up on. I done made sales at the door, right? I done called somebody and literally sold them a $50,000 Jeep, right? Made them spend thousands of dollars. So sales has been my main thing I've been dabbling in over the years, and I wanted to get good in it. So I've been figuring myself out what I like to do, and what I realize is hard selling it conflicts, it's conflicting to my values, right? I'm not saying it's wrong, but I don't like manipulating people in any type of way. Marketing is manipulate, like sales and marketing, it's manipulating. It's just good manipulation and bad manipulation. So that's what I've been learning over the last 10 years, right? I've been learning what my light bulb is, right? Back to that. My light bulb is this, right? Creating content. I got a blog right now. By the way, check that out. But I got a blog. I'll leave a link to my blog in the description below. What I normally do is I just write a blog to whatever video I'm doing. So I'm gonna write a blog to this one. But I got a blog. I love writing. I love speaking, and I love attracting people, right? Spiritually, right? I'm a Christian man. I like to attract. It talk a lot about the God within and attracting, right? Even the law of attraction got a lot of them same principles. I like to attract people to me. You know what I mean? Like I don't like going out and knocking on doors. At this point, if I go do some hard selling, it gotta be for something I'm truly passionate about. Right? Selling cars and houses, I wasn't really passionate about, but hey, my wife baking business, hey, I'll knock on your door like, hey, my wife making some fire cakes. Hey, yo, you got a kid birthday coming up on the way here. Here's a flyer. I just want you to know. Like, so if you need a cake, just hit us up. Right. So that's where I'm at in my life right now. So the last 10 years, I've been recapping and reflecting, and I'm like, it's time for a reset. It's time to finally pick my light bulb. I'm gonna keep using that analogy. It's time to go sell my damn light bulb. That's it. It's time to just continue to do this, stick to this for the next decade. Do this. And then here's another perk of this, what I learned. Over the last 10 years, I haven't really had a long-term vision, if that makes sense. It's been kind of short-term. How I'm going to pay my bills, how I'm going to do this, how I'm going to do that, But now I'm like, it's time to sit still for a minute and think long-term, right? With YouTube, if you check out my last video I did, it's about pretty much with YouTube. I'm talking about how I got my first 1,000 subscribers. I'm sharing that because I want to start operating from a long-term organic vision. So that's where I'm at right now. Over the next 10 years, what is my light bulb? It's going to be creating YouTube content. I want to become an international public speaker, motivational speaker. That's my ultimate dream goal that I can accomplish over the next decade only if I stay committed, though. So my goal is to be committed to that. I want to write a New York Times best-selling book. I'm putting it out there in the universe. Let's go. A New York Times best-selling book. All I need is one in this lifetime. Just give me one New York Times best-selling book. I want to travel the world speaking with my family. I want to stay with my wife that I'm with now. I want my kids to look up to me. I want to be a super dad, super husband. I want to be all that stuff. So that's what I'm about to lock in and focus on over the next year so I can glorify God, man. My why is centered around glorifying God. And that's what I'm going to close this with. I'm going to tell you, your ultimate reset is F the past. You feel me? Look, I'm sorry. Look at the past, take all the value and the lessons out of it, and throw it to the side. You can start over today. You can reset right now, bro. I told myself that last night. I said, it's time for a reset. It's time for a reset. I got 10 more years. I'm 28. By 38, you mean to tell me by over the next decade, if I can accomplish all the dreams I want, I wouldn't be happy? I wouldn't be completely fulfilled? Absolutely, right? Absolutely. By 38, you mean to tell me I'm traveling the world speaking? I got a book that's selling that hundreds of thousands of people are reading, that's helping people. I'm changing lives. I'm inspiring people, and I'm making an impact. That's what I'm on right now, y'all. So what's your reset? That's my question for you. What is your reset? And if you do not know, if you haven't found your light bulb, keep experimenting if you haven't found it yet. But I want to tell you, right? It all starts with your why. And this is what I learned. Your why is not your light bulb. Your why is not your gift. Your why is simple as your purpose on earth. What is that one thing that's not going to change no matter what you do? You feel me? Because you might create a light bulb and then it don't work. And then you need another light bulb, right? You might need to experiment, explore, and Life is always changing and moving, but for me, I'm like, what's my why that can be solid and never changes over the next decade? And I'm gonna share mine with you. And I hope this help you. If you need some support, go to ChatGPT. They help me put mine together, right? My why is to glorify God by breaking generational curses. Hold up, I ain't done. And creating a legacy, building a legacy of love, hope, and freedom, right? Opportunity for my family, and to inspire others to embrace, right? To embrace self improvement, faith, and authenticity through my God given gifts of speaking and writing. I hope that helps somebody out there. Look, reset, start over. You can start again now. You don't need permission from nobody. You don't even need permission from me. You feel me? All you need is permission from yourself and God, and you can start new today. I'm Rasta, y'all. Thank you so much for your time today. Peace.